Hey guys, this is Jacques from MakuluLinux and welcome to another video. So I've been making lots of little videos showing off all the little gadgets and cool things we've added to the distro, which is going live in a matter of days now. But today I want to focus a little bit on the storyteller. So this programming section is all about AI, right? Mostly AI. We've got the AI text to image generator. We've got the ChatGPT desktop client. We've got the AutoGPT desktop client. And we now also have a storyteller desktop client. So if we open up storyteller, so that's easy. You just go to menu, programming, and you click on storyteller. It'll open up a little widget, which looks very much similar to our web interface, except it's been tweaked specifically for social media and blogging and short story writing. So content writing, basically. It's called MakuluLinux Storyteller, and it says here, welcome to Storyteller. This model is tweaked specifically for content writing. Please select the type of content you wish to generate from the section below. Try and give as much detail as possible. When describing your required content, more detail will result in better content. Or you can always simply paste a web page and hit enter. It will scan the and reply a chosen format. So if we click here on this little drop-down box, you'll see there blog post, essay, bedtime story, Facebook post, a joke, public speech, short story, summarize, and Twitter tweeting, 280 characters, right? So those are the current formats supported, and we're expanding on this, so that list might get bigger, but right now I think it's a pretty broad list of popular content writing that people do, right? So let's take, for example, a blog post, right? And I'm going to take an URL here. I'm just going to take a regular URL. So here's a URL. The story is about Liz Truss and Jeremy Clarkson and I don't know, whatever. So it says, Jeremy Clarkson warning, these images could make you want to have unprotected sex. Wow. Okay, so we're going to take this article. It says here, Jeremy Clarkson Trust Rees Mog. Okay, I'm going to take that, I'm going to paste it into a blog post. Just the URL. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to paste the URL. And then I'm going to click send. And let's see if it turns that URL into a blog post. Now what it does is it's going to go to that URL. It's going to scan the page. And then it's going to make a blog post out of that URL. And there we go. In just 11 seconds. Sure, here is a blog post in blog post format based on the reference you provided. Jeremy Clarkson slams Liz Truss and Jacob Rees-Mogg over ridiculous Rwanda asylum plan. And look at that. Makes a nice little blog post. In blog post format that you can use on your blog. And then maybe reference the URL. How cool is that? So instead of you sitting there scanning a whole page and, sitting there typing up something that might take you a day to sort of, summarize into a blog format, this does it in 11 seconds. Now let's do this. Let's take the same one again. And let's do a 280 character tweet with the same URL. Actually, let's clear. So we have a nice clear page here. And I'm going to choose a 280 character tweet based on that URL. Just the URL, just the URL, nothing else. I'm not typing anything, just the URL. And I'm going to say, make that a Twitter tweet. So just paste it. There we go. It says, sure, here is a Twitter tweet, 280 characters format. Jeremy Clarkson, blah, 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 blah. And it says the party leadership must now take urgent action to address da-da-da-da-da. Look at that. Nice and easy. Now, let's take the same one again, right? And let's turn it into a joke. We're going to ask it to scan that page and then turn it into a joke. And let's see what it comes up with. So this is just an URL, right? Nothing else, just a normal URL. Okay, it says, sure, here is a joke about Jeremy Clarkson, Liz Truss, and Jacob Rees-Mogg. Why did Jeremy Clarkson, Liz Truss, and Jacob Rees-Mogg go to the library to borrow a book on how to be a politician? Funny, and then it explains the joke as well. Okay, so you can clearly see here that you can simply just type a URL, and you can write an essay, you can make a public speech, an essay, a blog post, a bedtime story, short story. You can summarize. We can even say summarize that page, that URL. It will scan that URL, that whole page, and it'll summarize what's on the page. And so it's nice that it actually, here we go. Yes, sure, here's a summary of the article you linked, blah, 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 blah. And there it gives a nice little detailed summary. So pretty nice that Storyteller can actually pull information from a URL. But of course, you can write a blog post about anything. You can make a public speech, a short story, a Twitter tweet. Let's go back to Twitter tweet, right? And say, make a Twitter tweet on something. Let's say on the dangers of secondhand smoke. Enter. Now it's going to write a 280 character tweet on the dangers of secondhand smoke. Pretty easy. There we go. Secondhand smoke kills. It causes cancer, heart disease, stroke, lung disease. Protect yourself. Da, 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 da. And it even does the whole hashtag, no to secondhand smoke. There we go. This tweet is 280 characters long, includes the following information. It breaks down the tweet as well. So look at that. You give it a topic and it will actually write a little tweet about the topic. So very nice. Now let's take the same topic again, dangers of secondhand smoke, and let's turn it into a essay. Let's write the essay on the dangers of secondhand smoke. So this is a very simple, easy, straightforward content writer. You either, there we go, the dangers of secondhand smoke, blah, 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 blah. Look at that. It's turning it into a little essay. You can also, let's do a blog. No, did we do a blog post? Yeah, let's do a blog post on secondhand smoke. Let's turn it into a little blog post. Although I think we've shown blog post before. Anyway, so the content writing is a very simple process. There we go. Sure, here's a blog post on secondhand smoke. Look at that. That makes a nice little blog post. You can even put a Facebook post. Now, Facebook posts are usually kind of like, it will give some information, and then it might ask you to comment or something, you know, to sort of inspire people to comment or get involved. And so, there we go. Oh, it even gives the hashtag, secondhand smoke, hashtag health, has it, hashtag protect yourself, conclusion, da 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 da. There we go. Look at that. Nice little Facebook post on that. And so it's really nice and simple. That's actually what I want to say. It's very simple. So either you have a topic, and so you can paste or type the words, or you can post a URL, and you can specify on top of that, give more context to what you want out of the URL. But this is, this lets you select the category of what type of format you want your content in. Do you want it in a blog post format, an essay format, a bedtime story format, Facebook post, a joke, a public speech format, short story format? Do you want it to summarize, or do you want to tweet? Now, a bedtime story, if we make a bedtime story, let's go find that URL again, copy. See if we can turn this into a bedtime story. This will be interesting. But yeah, that's it. That's Storyteller. Plain, simple, straight. The AI does everything. It does all the magic. Here we go. Bedtime story. Once upon a time, there was a man named Jeremy Clarkson who was a famous TV presenter. He was known for his outspoken personality and his love of cars. One day, Jeremy was invited to a party by Liz Truss, the Minister of International Trade. Jeremy was excited to meet Liz as he heard that she was a very powerful woman. Blah, 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 blah. And so you see it even starts with the whole once upon a time thing, because remember, this is a bedtime story. Actually, it's quite cool that it does that. You can resize this full page as well, by the way. So you can move full page, and you can click larger text so you can see easier if that's too small for you. But you can resize it. So you can resize this box to any size. Of course, you're going to have to do more scrolling if you make it much smaller. But yeah, you can resize it. You can drag it around, and then when you're done, you can simply close it. To open it again, just go back to programming, click on Storyteller, and it will pop open again. It will not save previous loaded stuff. So once it's gone, it's gone. So you can however copy and paste. You can copy and paste that text somewhere. So you can anyway, so that's the Storyteller mode. I am thinking of adding features like sharing directly to Facebook or sharing directly to Twitter, social media. For now, though, this is okay. This is still very early build. But it supports blog posting, essay writing, bedtime story, Facebook posts, jokes, public speech, short stories, summary, and Twitter. Now, public speech, basically, it will put it into public speech format. So it's on dangers of secondhand smoke in public spaces. Let's do that. Let's see what it comes up with, a public speech for that. Let's make the text a little larger. There we go. Use the text, but there we go, 8 seconds. Good evening, everyone. I'm here tonight to talk to you about the dangers of secondhand smoke in public spaces. Secondhand smoke is a mixture of smoke exhaled by a smoker and the smoke given off by burning tobacco. It contains 7,000 chemicals, including 17 known. Wow, look at this. And so gives you a nice little speech. And of course, if you're not quite happy with the speech, like if you're not happy with this, you can always ask it to expand as well, Anyway, so this is MakuluLinux Storyteller. Pretty cool. I mean, it's actually very basic if you think about it, but it's very, very efficient at doing it. Very efficient, and it's connected to the internet, so you can post a link, and you could give context, but even without context, it will do a blog post on a link or whatever. This is very, very handy if you're a content writer. This could be very, very, very handy and completely free, might I add, completely free. So that's it. That's my video for today. Just showing you guys the Storyteller, the new Storyteller. You guys saw the text image generator the other night. That's pretty cool. And now we have a Storyteller as well. 2 new AI additions to MakuluLinux Max. Remember, Max is coming out Monday or Tuesday. So we're about 3-4 days away from release. So keep an eye out for this one. It's going to be a good release. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.